Hello, everybody. Welcome again to the Southern Spotlight Show. We are back at it again to an Atlanta Day preview. My name is Mark Burley. Yours truly, Golden Farnsworth again. And we're going to honestly talk about Falcons and Panthers. We're going to preview that. We're going to give our predictions as well. And then, guys, Atlanta Hawks preseason starts tomorrow. So we have to talk about that, guys. And I'm very excited to get into that topic as well. But before we get into anything for Falcons and Panthers, which is going to be our first segment, we have a player spotlight. And guys, come on now. It has to be Darnell Mooney, guys. The way he has played, we have to show him some love. And, we can arguably say that he could have been player of the game outside of Kirk Cousins against the Bucs. So this is a guy that's taken a huge step in his game. And it just appears that he and Kirk, they both have some chemistry going on right now. They do. And it's an exciting thing to see because we thought it was going to be, Drake London and Kyle Pitts, which Drake London's having a great season, I believe. And Kyle Pitts is starting to get targeted more. But Darnell Mooney has been a very consistent receiver for this team, and he had to be player spotlight today. So, Golden, what do you got today for us for Darnell Mooney, man?
Yeah, obviously, Darnell Mooney is a dude that I've been high on and I've talked a lot about. And I even made him the key matchup this week, and he went into this thing again. He's leading the team right now in pretty much all receiving categories. And he's honestly playing like a Pro Bowler, and he's a very underrated player. Even from his time with the Bears, he was a Pro Bowler at one point, or he had 1,000 yards at one point. Yeah, so he went to Tulane for college. And Tulane's a very underrated school. I feel like a lot of solid players come out of there. Like we see Tajay Spears now on the Titans out of Tulane. And he played 50 career games there. He had 154 catches, 2,500 yards with 19 touchdowns. And he was only a fifth-round pick. Obviously, he wasn't, a prospect that people were really looking at in 2020, but the Bears took a chance with him. And he's turned out to be really good. He's 26 years old. He went to high school in Alabama, so he's another guy from the South. These Southern dudes really know how to play ball. And yeah, he had that 2021 season where he had that 1,000-yard season with 81 catches, 4 touchdowns, and he was able to get a contract. But I think in the years after that, he didn't really do as well. But he didn't have a good quarterback at the time. Justin Fields is pretty good now, but at the time, he didn't have a good quarterback. So now that he has a really good quarterback, at least passing wise, he's really been able to pop off. And I could see him being a Pro Bowler this year. I really could if he continues it.
Yeah, Darnell Mooney has taken a huge step in his game, man. And I believe that he's the reason why the offense for the Falcons is a threat. And I mean, yes, we have two big, tall, catching receivers. I title Kyle Pitts as a receiver / tight end. So you have someone who's a speedy top of wide receiver to tag alongside them. That makes us very scary. And we also need to show some love to Ray McLeod because I know people don't talk about him as much, but he has been having some very tough, timely catches on third down for the Falcons. Not just Darnell. Ray has been doing a lot for the Falcons. So I am very excited about Darnell. Who knows? He could have one of those 1,000-yard seasons. Right now, he's on pace for it. So if he continues to play the way he is, imagine your first year you join the Atlanta Falcons on your 3-year, $39 million contract and have 1,000-yard season at 26 years old. I think that's impressive. And we are very excited about Darnell. So, yes, we're going to need Darnell this upcoming game because believe it or not, guys, the Falcons have lost 2 years in a row at the Carolina Panthers. Now, your argument is we had Marcus Mariota. He threw a pass while on the ground on Thursday Night Football.
Terrible.
Or our other quarterback was Desmond Ridder, a guy who is he still on the roster right now? Because he got cut by the
I
Cardinals.
don't think so.
Or is he on the practice squad?
I don't think he's on a roster.
Desmond Ridder, guys. I'm still haunted by last year. By how many yards Kyle Pitts was just taken away from him. And all this hate on Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts is a bust. He doesn't get the ball. Kyle Pitts doesn't get any catches. Guys, his last two quarterbacks, Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. Okay, what was the last time Kyle Pitts popped off? Who was his quarterback? Matt Ryan, and he was at the end of his career. So I think he's going to continue to just go off, and I think he's going to produce more for this team with Kirk Cousins. I'm sorry, I went on a little rant for Kyle Pitts, as I always do, but it just disgusts me that all this hate about Kyle Pitts when his quarterbacks was Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder. Like, come on, bro. But yes, back on the Panthers and Falcons. Believe it or not, the Falcons have lost to the Panthers 2 times in a row at Carolina. But what it is, guys, is Falcons are coming off an amazing OT victory versus the Bucks. Just amazing comeback victory. And the Panthers are coming off an embarrassing loss versus the Bears, 36-10. 36-10 to the Bears. I know it was at Chicago, but guys, this is a rookie quarterback. And Caleb Williams was, number 1 overall draft pick, blah, 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 blah. But let's be honest, he's not having an amazing season right now. And maybe this was his game. Maybe this was his game for him to start turning up. But 36-10. And we'll start talking about stats. So, in the Southern Spotlight show, we're always going to talk about stats. We like to do comparisons, and we just love to cover it because we guys want you to see how we feel and how you guys see how the game should be and possibly should look like. So, the Falcons are favored to win this game. But as you know, this is the NFL. And Golden, what do you feel? What do you feel like is going to be a key to causing an issue for the Falcons to, lose this game? Because anything is possible. So what do you feel?
I think it's just one thing, and it's Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard's been really, really good this year. He's always been a very solid running back. He's got over 100 more yards than Bijan Robinson this year. I just want to point that out. I'm going to continue to talk down on Bijan, but Chuba Hubbard's pretty good. Deontay Johnson's a solid receiver, but yeah, I mean, dude, the Panthers are not good at all. They are dead last in opponent points per game. So they've been giving up a lot of points. Andy Dalton's older. I think he had, a fluke game or two when they won. I'm not expecting this to really be that much of a game, to be honest. I'm not worried this year about Carolina. I think hopefully we continue our offensive trend from last game. Because Kirk before last game had 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Now he's got 8 touchdowns and 5 interceptions with a lot of passing yards. So I think we're going to be fine. I'm not too worried about the Panthers, to be honest with you. I'm not just going to overlook them. I am going to say, yeah, Chuba Hubbard's good. We need to stop him on defense. But I don't see much else with that team. Maybe J.C. Horn is good on defense, but they're really bad. This is not a team we should lose to if we want to make the playoffs this year.
So, I wasn't going to disrespect them that much, but you just disrespected them bad. But you just proved my point, though. You proved my point, especially when it comes to the point when I was talking about the Bears dropping 36 points. Guys, the Panthers defense, which is not very normal for them to give up this many points per game, 33 points per game and dead last in the NFL in giving points per game. The Falcons have no excuse to not be scoring in the red zone because opponent TDs per game, dead last Panthers are defenses by giving 4 TDs a game. Falcons, you have no excuse. Bijan Robinson, we better see you in the end zone this game. Kyle Pitts, we better see you in the end zone. And even Drake London. I need to see those 3 guys in the end zone. This should be a fantasy-loving day for people. If you guys are big fantasy fans, I believe you should start Drake London, Kyle Pitts, and Bijan Robinson because this should be a game where the Falcons should have no problem scoring. If you were able to score on the Bucks as the way that you did, you have no excuse for this game. So we expect that, and I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. And I'm going to get really disrespectful with it. I believe the Falcons are going to drop 33 points this game, and the Panthers will score 13. So that is my prediction. I got a 20-point dub. Golden, what do you got for us, man?
Oh man, I think it might be closer than people think. Actually, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, we're on the road. I have checked the Vegas lines and everything like that. Falcons are very heavily bet. Obviously, people are going to be backing them. So you know what? I might only have us winning by like a touchdown. Um, I'll probably have us like 20. I'm going to say like 24-17, like I did with the Bucks game, because we did have a very explosive offensive performance last time, but I don't know if we can replicate that even against a really bad defense. You can only do that for so long. Maybe we do it back-to-back games, but I'm not going to have us for an offensive explosion again. Yeah, we'll probably get like 3 touchdowns and a field goal, but I think it's be closer than people think, honestly.
Yeah, only thing that concerns me is just how many points the Panthers have given up in 5 games, and it really goes down to the teams that they have played. 47 points giving up to the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr dropped 47 points. I know it was Alvin Kamara's show, whatever. 47 points. Okay, 26 points for the Chargers, and 22 points from the Raiders. The Raiders are awful, and Bengals is an excuse, 34. But then you go back the next week, and the Bears scored 36. So what defense are we going to see? Are we going to see a 20-point giving up defense, or are we going to see them giving up 30 plus? As Golden said, he got the Falcons, scoring 24 or whatever, and I got 33. So maybe it's in between. We don't know. But I really don't want to see the Falcons give up 17 points. That would blow my mind, because as we look at the Falcons' defensive stats, before we move into the next segment, the Falcons' defense on third down has been awful. 48.53%, dead last on giving up third downs. So we got to fix that. But we are 10th in the league in opponent TDs per game and 2 touchdowns. So we're playing that bend, don't break defense. And I was capable of watching that Thursday night by the Falcons just holding the Bucks to 6 points in the second half, and even causing them to kick field goals in the first half as well. So I know we gave 30, but it's the fact that we played that bend don't break, and it was probably the reason why we won that game in the second half as well, even though Kirko threw 509. But anyways, guys, let's get into our next segment. Guys, Hawks fans, we are here. It's another year of us having hope that we can, we be relevant again. The question is this the year? Is this the year that Jalen Johnson breaks out? Is this the year Trae Young and Jalen Johnson become the duo the Hawks thought John Collins and Trae Young would be? Or DeJounte Murray and Trae? Whatever duo that we thought. You tell us what you think. Do you think that the Hawks are going to have a dynamic duo in Trae Young? Because what I'm looking for, truly, I'm not even looking for the dynamic duo. I am looking for a team that is going to play together and play defense. And that is what the additions that we brought into this Hawks team, with Dyson Daniels, Zachary Richardson, and you already have DeAndre Hunter on your team and Jalen Johnson. So with that being said, I'm looking for that. I'm looking for defense, and I'm looking for our point guard, Trae Young, to carry this team and lead us with his playmaking skills. And he's also going to score, but defense has to be the focal point for this team. Gordon, what are you looking for going into this preseason with the season coming up very soon? So what are you looking for, man?
Yeah, obviously I agree. We already know what we're going to get from Trae every year. Best playmaker in the NBA, continue to say that. But I'm really excited to see the new guys. Risa Shea, obviously. I want to see how Jalen does this year. I'm very excited to see him because I have him as an all-star. I really do. I'm the biggest Jalen Johnson believer ever. I'm sure you are too. And then Dyson Daniels. I'm really excited to see our new guys. I think we pretty much know what we have with the rest of the team. I mean, DeAndre Hunter, we've seen it. Clint Capella, we've obviously. I don't want to see it, but we got to see it. So yeah, I'm just excited to see the new guys. In the preseason, we're playing the Pacers to open up. That's going to be a very high scoring game. And I think that's a great game for us as a team to really lock down on defense and get our schemes and everything ready. Because that's a great team. That's a team that I think scored the most points in the NBA last year, or averaged the most points a game. So that's going to be a great test. I know it's just the preseason, but we are going to be playing everybody. I'm sure they will too, because all these other teams have been playing all their players, even the Celtics coming off of a championship. So Yeah, that'll be great to see how the defense does that game. You got to take it with a grain of salt because it is the preseason. But I think all of us fans are just excited to see the new guys, especially Shea, the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, that is something I was going to say. If I'm looking forward into the preseason, if there's two guys I'm really wanting to watch, it is Zachary Shea and Dyson Daniels. And let's be honest, every person that goes to a preseason game for the Hawks this year is probably having their eyes on Zachary Shea because let's be honest, guys, he's the number 1 overall draft pick. So whatever he does, we all are going to have our opinions. We all are going to have our thoughts of what the Hawks are going to be, whether if he's a mid player, whether if he is a bust, or if he is a superstar in the making. Not saying he is, or just like I said, a mid player or a casual player who's going to average 14, 15 points. That's fine. Like, I think that's fine. But personally, we want to see Dyson Daniels. What do we want to see out of Dyson Daniels? We want to see what the media is telling us. What we've seen from him at New Orleans. Is he going to be that lockdown shooting guard / point guard? Is he going to play the point guard? Because we don't know that. We don't know. Is he going to play point guard to back up Trae Young, or is it going to be Buffkin? Because what are the lineups are going to be for the Hawks? I mean, I've seen in the videos where we've seen a lineup of Trae, Bogey, Zachary Shea, Hunter, and Capella. I've seen lineups like that. I think that's a scoring lineup. I sent that to you the other day. I think that's a scoring lineup, but is that going to work? We're very interested to see the lineups that they come out with because let's be honest, okay? Hawks were one of the worst defensive teams in the league last year. Are we going to have defensive lineups? Are we going to have scoring lineups? Or are we just going to have a lineup that is going to be balanced? What are those lineups? Because we know what the starting lineup is probably going to be. It's going to be Trae, Bogey, Hunter, Jalen, and Capella, right? Unfortunately. But, I really want to see those two guys, Zachary Shea and Dyson Daniels, take a step, show us what they can do to contribute to this team. But come on, man. Zachary Shea is the focal point right now. We're all excited about the dude. But yeah, man.
If we want to give a realistic dream lineup of what we want for the Hawks, we're going Trae, we're going Dyson, we're going Hunter because we have to. We're going Jalen, and then we're going Okongwu, and then we're going 6-man Bogey. If we're being realistic with what we want, but that's not how it's going to be.
No. Well, that's the lineup we hope to have in the playoffs. I think that's the lineup we hope to have. And truthfully, we're not going to get that at the beginning of the season because you can't. It's just you don't really see number 1 overall picks just come out and start their first game in the NBA. It depends on what team it is. It depends
the situation.
Like
it
Paolo,
depends on obviously he was on a bad team.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it really depends on the situation. We really don't know. And for the Hawks, we do know he's not going to start. Like, I would be shocked. That means he has to be going off in training camp, which we're not really hearing that much about that.
This lineup is good. Like, if we look at previous number 1 overall picks, they got drafted to really bad teams. So this is like a solid team that got the number 1 overall pick. We were not supposed to have the number 1 overall pick this year.
Sure was not. But guys, you let us know first off about your prediction about the Falcons and Panthers. What is your score prediction? How much points are we dropping against the Panthers? Because I want to know. Golden wants to know. And truthfully, just give us the score prediction on that. And also give us your thoughts about the Atlanta Hawks and their upcoming season, especially with the preseason game coming up tomorrow. Let us know what you're looking forward to seeing. Who are you out to look for? It may not be Zachary Shea and Dyson Daniels. It may be someone else. It may maybe be DeAndre Hunter, a guy that I would never say.
You got issues if you want to watch that, bro.
It may be DeAndre Hunter.
Unsubscribe if you want to see Hunter, bro. Don't even watch the video, bro.
But like I said, you let us know what you feel because don't worry about what we think. It's about what y'all think because we are for the public. And all I have to say is thank you guys for watching. Give us a like and subscribe to the Southern Spotlight Show. As I said, my name is Mark Burley, and that is Golden Farnsworth, and we will see you on the next one.
Peace.